As we inch closer to Shots for Kids, millions of parents want to be the first in line, but others really don't want to be first in line at all. Only a third of families with kids between 5 and 11 years old said they'd get them vaccinated right away, according to the Kaiser Family Foundation. And some of these things are kind of mixed when they come out. Some people are saying, yeah, I'd get it. Others are saying, no, I absolutely wouldn't. So we want to make sense of the data. Even among kids who are eligible right now, vaccination rates are surprisingly low. Let's get to the intel of actually getting children vaccinated. Some brand new numbers here from Lisa Miller. She's a consumer marketing strategist based in Dallas, Texas. Lisa, it's good to see you again. And as always, you got some really fascinating results here. You know, we usually talk about parents being either excited about vaccines or a little hesitant, but you found it's actually probably way too broad. Men and women as groups, they vary.
You are absolutely right, Chance, and thanks for having me back. And that is right. You know, what we've been trying to do is really make sure that we're asking the right questions and really dissecting things. So what we're finding is there's a massive gender divide in the hesitancy, moms versus dads. And in fact, moms are 2 times more likely to be hesitant about getting their children vaccinated under 11 years old. And so I think that that's a story that really needs to be told, and people need to understand it.
Any idea why? I mean, even in my house, we have 2 dads in my house, and we have different levels of comfort when it comes to that. I won't tell you what they are, but I'm imagining in a house that has a mom and a dad. I'm scared to play Sigmund Freud here, but do we know why moms are more worried usually?
Well, of course, we did ask that question because that would be what we all want to know, but it really boils down to 3 things. Now, first of all, there are a lot of those that are hesitant that are saying it's, you know, personal choice. So you kind of have to put that aside. But then when you start thinking about it, there's 3 things. One is it's not that they're waiting for more testing. It's they want the government to be more transparent with the testing. The other part of it is the more you push somebody to get vaccinated, the more they want to not do it. So that's another reason as well.
Now, it's not just gender. Income also makes a huge difference, even bigger than gender. If I'm reading your study correctly, high-income parents, people who make over $100,000 a year, tend to be more comfortable with the vaccines?
Right. And so there's this gender divide, and then there's an income divide. And the income divide is even more pronounced, as you just mentioned. When it comes to households with kids under 11 that make $50,000 or less, about 38% are vaccine hesitant for their children versus just 11% for those making $100,000. So that's definitely an information gap. There's just a lot of things that need to be unpacked to really help uncover some of those issues.
And I'm guessing the people who don't want to vaccinate their children or they're hesitant, they also are less likely to be vaccinated themselves.
Without a doubt. I was going to mention that. So when you just look at parents in general, that same trend about higher to lower income is absolutely the same for themselves personally as it is for their children. So as I mentioned, if they're hesitant for themselves, they're definitely going to be hesitant for their children as well.
When I'm looking at this, though, if I'm trying to make meaning of it, is income a stand-in for education here?
You know, that's a tough question. If you think about it, when you have age cohorts, right? So what our data also shows is we've known from the beginning of the vaccine rollout that younger consumers are a little bit more hesitant than older consumers. So what you have to also think about it is some of those, I would say it doesn't necessarily correlate to education, because there are people that might be in the service industry and those types of things that, you know, have education, but they're just not making higher incomes right now. So I don't think we should jump to that. And I did look at ethnicity, and I'm not really seeing anything, some of the things that you might expect. The gender and the income really are 2 very pronounced differences as it relates to children's vaccines.
Lisa Miller, you always come to us with the most fascinating and I think illuminating information. We appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you so much.